Come on in. Come on in.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Hey, y'all. Come on in. Happy Thursday. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Orange County. And of course, I know I said I wasn't going to watch it. I wasn't going to get into it. The Vanderpump Rules secrets revealed. Look.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
I'm the problem. But after today, we will be done. We'll be done with Vanderpump Rules until I'm sure all these other side stories are coming out. Sandoval is doubling down on his t-shirt comment from the reunion, saying that he was talking about the lack of enthusiasm from Ariana. Ariana, girl, you getting it today, girl. Hold on. The secrets reveal was very interesting, seeing Ariana's reaction to the whole Lala situation and what happened during that girls trip, and how she's like, it's going to take a lot for me to hate Raquel, in reference to Katie. I was like, Ariana, this is not aging well for you, girl. Girl. Mama Allie, yes, please. Thank you so much. Just the timestamps for when we start Real Housewives of Orange County and Vanderpump Rules, because some folks want to see one or the other. So shout out to our Kings Guards. We cannot do this without them. Let's get into a countdown. Before we get into the Real Housewives of Orange County and the Vanderpump Rules Secret Revealed episode, be sure to like the video. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to share this live. And don't forget to check out our merch. Yes, Pride merch. Happy Pride, guys. All the kind of merch is out right now to houseofkempire.com. More information is available in the description. Let's get into a countdown. Let me know where you're watching from. Boom.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter. I got the fuse. You make a fire. I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead. Just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Shout out to everyone that's been following me on TikTok. I just checked. I was signed into my TikTok. I was like, wait, 1,000 people are following today? All of a sudden, got 1,000 new followers? Over 1,000 new followers? Thank you, guys. If you're not following me on TikTok, what are you doing? At the Kempire on TikTok, on Twitter. Very different experiences of what you're getting there. And follow us on Instagram. I think I'm going to do an Instagram live later. So head on over there. Be sure to subscribe to us. Not subscribe. Follow us there at the Kempire on Instagram, on Twitter, and on, of course, TikTok. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Orange County. And you may have seen my recap last week. And I actually thought it was a good episode. And I said that the episode felt like classic Housewives. A little bit of drama. We're getting into people's real lives. I like the new addition of Jenn and Ryan. Sidebar. Y'all notice that's the same name of the Dr. Jenn, and I know we called him Ryan, but his real name is Ryan. What is going... However, I find them far more interesting than Dr. Jenn. I think she's a good new addition. Shout out to her. I really do... Oh, not Tamra. We'll talk about Tamra in a second. Where's my... Oh, here it is. I really do like Jenn. I think her story is dynamic. I feel like she's willing to get into the stuff. You know what I mean? Like she's already putting all her dirty laundry out there. I like her as a new addition so far. I mean, she seems very typical Orange County, but I'm okay with that. How are you guys feeling about Jenn? I mean, I could care less about her new boyfriend. But she's opening about her divorce, opening about cheating, opening about her recent adoption. She's a foster mom. And when I say foster mom, she fosters kids and animals. So I'm like, she's got a lot going on. A lot going on. So for me, so far, based off of what we've seen of Jenn, I already like her. But this new season was also about the big return of Tamra Judge. All right? I knew nothing about Tamra besides what I saw of her on Ultimate Girls Trip. And already then I was sort of like, But when I saw her last week, I was like, okay, wow, she's getting in there. She knows what to do when it comes to being on Housewives. Like her own story at home was interesting. Okay? But come this week, I'm sort of like, I don't know how I feel about this woman. Because what I felt about her on Ultimate Girls Trip and what a lot of you have said about her tenure over the years, it feels forced. I could never be Tamra Judge's friend because she seems exhausting. Oh my gosh. Y'all know Shannon. Shannon is Shannon. I kind of look at Shannon the same way that we used to look at Ramona. I don't feel like Shannon is problematic like Ramona, but she's sort of like kooky in her own way and just oblivious. Like if she was to see someone that she knows in the elevator, she would do the same thing like Ramona. Oh. I don't even think that Shannon's rude like Ramona, but the delusion a little bit is the same. Kim, thank you so much for doing that for our members. We appreciate you, Kim. And thank you for always supporting. Kim just gifted 5 Kempire memberships to the chat. We appreciate that. Thank you for that. Okay? All right. Let me take a sip. Hold on. See, you just never know what's going to happen when you're in the live chat. You got to be here for all the recaps. Thank you, Kim. See, VN Doll says that I love Shannon. Something about Shannon, I don't know. I've never met the woman a day in my life. I don't care. Based off what I've seen of the show, she's kooky. I understand why they casted her. Just saying. But I don't know. Look, I don't know about Tamra. But this is only episode 2. I don't know about this season either. Because part of the reason why I'm even talking about Vanderpump Rules, is because I was bored with this week's episode of OC. But we're going to talk about it. So Emily, Gina, and Jenn, the new housewife, meet up at the top of this episode. And I already you already know how I feel. If you watched our recaps of RHOC last season, I really did like Emily and Gina's friendship. Gina, a lot of you said you want to see Gina gone. I'm okay with Gina from last season. I don't know how I feel about her this season. Like that makeup that she had on, at this first scene felt a little harsh. Even the way she was dressing felt like she was trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to give us something that she's not, because a lot of you have criticized her fashion over the years and hair. It feels a little forced for me. But I do like her real friendship with Emily, and I really do like Emily. I think Emily is the light, fun energy like that we got from Jen Fester on Real Housewives of New Jersey. I feel like that's the energy that we get from Emily, and we need that. We don't need the show to get too dark, and everyone needs the funny friend. Look, we all need a funny friend. Oh wait, so does that make her a friend of? No, because I really like her husband too. Based on what we've seen of them, I like their little banter, and she's actually a real housewife. Oh, Naomi says Gina and Emily need to go, especially after how they treated Noella. I saw a lot of people after episode 1 saying that Noella should have gotten a second season. Andy has publicly said multiple times he doesn't like it when a housewife is like one and done. He likes to give them a second season. But I feel like Noella tried too hard. And I kind of liked Noella in the beginning. Like, we've had a roller coaster with Noella. But I wasn't sad to see Noella go. I feel like Noella just tried too hard. And I just couldn't see her not trying as hard this season. And I already knew if Heather Dubrow was coming back, Noella wasn't coming back. And I know they always say the housewives have no influence over casting, but I believe Bravo, production wanted to see Heather come back again. honestly, Heather really hasn't offered much so far. It's only 2 episodes, but I have to say I liked her little kooky moments in this episode. I also like, first of all, what school is her children going to? Are they going to a college, or are they going to the Ritz? What is going on? What are they? Look, I haven't been in college in a while. However, I still know kids aren't getting layouts of their room, and you can coordinate the layout and all this shit. I get it. She's rich and she has rich kids, but what school are they going to? Just asking. I thought that was cute. I like seeing Heather and her kids. I do like seeing her as a mom. I think she's a really good mom. I also think she's a good housewife. Last season fell a little short, but everybody wanted to see the house. Now she's getting rid of the house. Okay. See, a lot of you couldn't stand Noella. But I did see conversations online that people wanted Noella to return. And I'm like, really? I wasn't surprised that she didn't return, to be honest. Heather Dubrow says, in my opinion, Tamra is why the Housewife franchises turned from fun and fabulous lifestyles to catty fights and pettiness and even physical altercations. I've been watching since the beginning and saw it happen. I can see that because I feel like Tamra she feels like she has to come in and make a splash. She feels like the success of this season is riding on her shoulders because it's sort of steadily gone down. Yes, they had great ratings last week. They had over 1 million viewers. I'm not sure what that was about. I don't know if that was just about people. Let's see Tamra's return. Let's see what she's going to bring this season. But last week I was okay with Tamra. This week I'm like, maybe it's because it's this senseless beef that she has with Shannon. We'll talk about it. So Emily and Gina and Jenn catch up, and they're getting to know a little bit more about Jenn. Okay, Gina apparently is California sober. We recently talked about that because I was like, "What's California sober?" So she's given up alcohol, but didn't she get a DUI? Shouldn't she have given up alcohol a while ago? Not to say when you get a DUI you have to give up alcohol, but shouldn't she have? She said it's helped her lose weight, better skin. She has a skincare situation, and we said, oh, all right. Have you guys tried the skincare? Just asking. Look, just asking. Look, you didn't have to, but I'm just like, everybody named Mama got a skincare line. All right. So Jenn opens up about fostering kids and animals, and then she, out of nowhere, I was so surprised, and maybe because they've already had the conversation and we haven't seen that, Jenn, cheating on her husband. And we find out a little bit more about that. And apparently it was an emotional affair. This is my question. This is my question to the audience. And I think the majority of you would probably say that, yeah, that's an affair. And Jenn considers it an affair. She said it was never physical. She's never even held Ryan's hand. But she was talking to Ryan a lot while she was still married to her now ex-husband. Like she's in the other room talking about all the things she couldn't talk about with her husband. And she says part of the reason why she probably did a lot of the fostering of children and animals was so that she could get the love she wasn't getting at home. Which in turn, that was cool for a hot second. But then she was getting this emotional support from Ryan, who she met at Cut Fitness. That's now closing. Well, it's closed now. So she says, Gina's is like, well, is that an affair? You guys never had sex? An emotional affair. Do you guys believe that emotional affair is an affair? And would that be a deal breaker for you? Justin says an emotional affair is worse to me. Apparently, Emily agrees because Emily was like, first of all, Emily said that she could do the worst and her husband would never leave her. Like he deals with a lot. He deals with a lot, but she said she would never cheat on him. I like their relationship. So she said for a long time, her ex had blamed her for the divorce. But recently, and we see this in a scene where he takes ownership for what he did in the marriage. Okay. But she says that this affair was more emotional than it was physical. She says she had not been physical with Ryan while she was married with her ex-husband. I feel like she's already being very transparent. We're already getting to know her story. the way that they try to make it seem was like, oh my God, it was like the sordid affair. But it wasn't. It was an emotional affair, which is bad. However, she's owning it. It's not like she's not owning it. She's literally confronting it. Like, oh yeah, I had an affair. Even though some of the ladies didn't consider it. She was like, well, it's an emotional affair. It wasn't a physical affair. You didn't have sex with him? Okay. So as I mentioned to you before, Heather, part of her storyline this season is that her twins are going off to college. I just told you, I'm like, who, what, where, what college are they? Do we know what college they're going to? I mean, if we don't, that's fine. I don't want anyone to harass them at their college. But I just never, the preparation, the amount of things that Heather has gotten for her kids in preparation for college, is that what kids are doing now? We already found out last week they get like a whole layout and you can choose the layout of your room. What Ritz-Carlton are they going to for college? But this is what I love about Heather. The pretentiousness, and this is part of the reason why you guys did like her on the show, because I think she's almost pretentious in a way that's almost likable. It's never sort of like, oh my gosh, she's unbearable. And I know sometimes you probably have found her unbearable. But like these moments with her kids, I like, okay, spoil your kids. You got it. And this is why I say when, black celebrities or black rich folk have children, don't try to drag them up. Let you see what Heather's doing with her children. She's not dragging them up. She's like, no, come on. What do you need for your room? I'm going to get you the finest things in life as you deserve. Good for her. Good for her. Tria says Heather is very OCD. Sometimes you need that in your life, though. Sometimes you need that. Like, you need a personality like that in your life because it gets things done. I don't have that type of person. I mean, I get things done, but like, I don't have that type of person. I'm not OCD. Is it wrong to say OCD anymore? I think that might be wrong. Let me take it back. I'm not that controlling. Okay. Justin says Heather can afford her lifestyle. She can. I mean, last week we were looking at her LA apartment. I guess her weekend apartment that she's going to have. Are we going to see Heather? What's happening with the home that she was building in Mexico? What's happening with that, Heather? Do we get an update on that this season? See, I'm all here for that side of Heather. I'm like, are we done with the house in Mexico? What's going on with the house in Mexico? I hear she's selling her dream home. What are we moving into next? It can't be the LA apartment because that's not going to fit the other kids that she has. So I need to know, what are we doing, Heather? Is Heather building a new house? Maybe. Heather does FaceTime with Shannon first because Shannon is heading to meet and have lunch with Tamra to talk about their issues. And both of them FaceTime her. And it's very clear to Heather, like, they both have no idea. Oh, thank you. Mama Allie says I can. Mama Allie says I'm clinically OCD since childhood. And yes, you can say OCD, Kempire. Thank you. See? Okay. All right. Shout out to folks that do struggle with that. I can't even imagine. So Heather's was like, they do not even realize that already before even getting there, they both have very different perceptions on where their friendship went wrong. All right. So let's talk about this meeting that they had. This meeting that both Heather and Shannon had. It was very quick. This scene. I'm sure that it was a lot longer in reality, but it seemed very quick. Tamra has her feelings on where they went wrong in regards to their friendship, and Shannon has hers. Tamra feels like she was always there for Shannon, and Shannon feels like she was always there for Tamra. And they call each other best friends. Anyone else confused? What happened? According to Tamra, she feels as if Shannon ghosted her. Shannon later said she had to Google what ghosted means. Oh, God, Shannon. I mean, I get it. Did she really, though? I mean, I feel like ghosted is such an old term at this point. Well, she Googled it. And she doesn't feel like she ghosted Tamra. And literally in their conversation, Tamra admits, because Shannon's like, I did call you a couple of times. And she's like, well, yeah, you did a couple of times, but she wanted her to do more. Sound familiar, Marlo and Candy? I did think this, y'all. You know how many people are saying that Real Housewives of Atlanta is boring? I mean, have they watched Real Housewives of Orange County at least those first 2 episodes? I just feel like at least in Real Housewives of Atlanta, those ladies know how to give you a confessional. Those ladies are Sheree, Marlo, Kent, all of them are still funny in their confessionals. And that is, and Kenya, entertaining. If y'all watch Real Housewives of Orange County, y'all be like, what did I just watch? Deborah says Tamra got fired and Shannon stopped filming with her. And maybe that's the thing that they can't necessarily say, even though I did hear them say a little bit of that last week. But I'm still confused as to, is Tamra just reaching for a storyline this season? Because a lot of people assume that Tamra's going to go after Emily, but they put their situation, they kiboshed their situation last week in the top of the episode at the yoga event. But it feels like Tamra is trying to make an issue where there doesn't necessarily have to be an issue. Yes, you could have been upset and you could have been really mad that Shannon sort of like ghosted you when you weren't on the show anymore. So it's like, were we only friends for the show? But it feels like Tamra is reaching and she doesn't want to let this go. She's like a dog with a bone. She doesn't want to let this go. Damn, girl. But I kind of got that feeling with Tamra on Ultimate Girls Trip. Like she tries to start stuff. I got that feeling at BravoCon because Tamra was behind the scenes. Her and on the Nat. The Nat were trying to start stuff behind the scenes. Like this was a reality show being filmed. It wasn't, girls. Jasmine says that Shannon says she has receipts. I mean, literally, Tamra does admit that Shannon did reach out to her a couple of times, but maybe the level of friendship that they used to have wasn't there now that she wasn't filming for the show. I can see that. Some of these people are just friends for the show. And maybe that was hurtful to Tamra. Tamra just has an interesting way of communicating. Straight Glass says that, but she's right about Shannon. I mean, I don't think that Shannon's innocent. I don't. I like her on the show. I think she's quirky. I don't think she's innocent. I do think sometimes she is just self-absorbed. Literally, we see that. Okay? Straight Glass says, go back to seasons 4 to 12. Really? My gosh. Oh, okay. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Orange County. We will be talking about the special Vanderpump Rules episode, Secrets Revealed, in a few. So let me move on. So they have that conversation. It seems very quick. Obviously, nothing was healed because they end up arguing at the end of this episode. Then we're at Jenn at home and her beautiful chaos. And she's talking more about her story. I don't even know how many kids Jenn has. She has, 5 kids? And like how many animals? So she's got a lot going on in her house. But she's talking about her adoption with her son. What was her son's name? Dominic. So originally she was just fostering him, but he did not want to go back home. So at 2, they started the adoption process and it wasn't finalized until he was 5. So I really do like Jenn being part of the show because already we have an interesting story here. Interesting story from the affair to her divorce, now with her children and all the children. They already have a bunch of different personalities. And now she's also engaging with the ladies. I like her so far as a housewife. You know what I mean? So she talked about how she dated Ryan for a year before he met her kids. She also says that she wonders, now I'm wondering this too, if the kids in their head blamed Ryan for the breakup of her marriage. But she says that he gets along amazingly with the children. She also talks about the importance of fostering because she did that for many years before she actually adopted Dominic. I like her. I like her a part of the show. I think she's good so far. Again, only episode 2. We shall see what the rest of the season will bring. Sue says Tamra is reaching, make something out of nothing. I feel like she does that. She says, Tamra should know that's the type of friend Shannon is. Like you said, Kempire, Shannon is self-absorbed, just like Tamra. Yeah, because I feel like Shannon has been this way for years. Like, this is not Shannon Johnny come lately. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Sir Capricorn says, I knew you were going to watch the Vanderpump Rules Secret Revealed. I honestly really did not intend to, but like I said earlier, I was watching RHOC and that automatically started. So I said, let me watch it. It was interesting, especially when you're examining and looking for the clues about the whole Scandival situation. A lot came out during the Secrets Revealed episode, especially the pumped up version on Peacock. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, miss both, but hit the like button. Thank you. Replay crew after I watch. Happy Thursday. And you need to recap Project Runway. Happy Thursday, everyone. If they do a special Real Housewives episode again, I might. I don't really have the time, guys, to recap all these shows that you guys want me to recap. So after this, I need to finish a video and I need to do a podcast. You guys have been asking for a podcast for a while now. And I need to finish watching The Ultimatum, Queer Love, because we said we're going to do a special live about that. Sarai, thank you so much for the super chat. Sarai says, Tamra is nutty, but I love her. A mess. Julie, thank you so much for another super chat. Julie says, told hubby if we don't change nursing staff hours so I can watch your lives, he's must with me. Wait, did you see Tamra staring at the camera on the boat? Oh God, was she? I think she was drunk. I think Tamra was I don't think. I definitely think she was drunk because of the way she started turning up at the end. Candace, thank you so much for the super chat. Candace says Nikki is at the Lola. Wait, Nikki is the kids. Nikki is at Lola Marymount University. Max is at Tufts University. Found the info on People. Okay, well at least it's public knowledge. So those are those hoity-toity schools? Apparently, well, maybe things are being done differently at the dorms now. Well, good for them. Thank you, Candace. We appreciate that. You did not have to put that in the super chat, but we appreciate it. Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. Danielle says, college dorm rooms are nothing like we know. There are interior designers who only focus on dorm rooms. It's a thing, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it, too. Do not get me wrong. I just don't recall. I was like, when did this change? And what schools are doing this? But thanks for the information. I mean, good luck to you, Danielle, because I know you have one approaching very soon for that. Wish you luck. Thank you for another a super chat, Danielle. Danielle says Instagram and TikTok has great content on dorm rooms. What in the dorm talk are we on? Really? Okay. I just swipe. I'm just like swiping. The things I end up seeing have nothing to do with that, but you have a child. I don't. And honestly, I don't care. I mean, look, not offensively. I mean, I don't care because I don't have kids. What do I care? Okay. Oh, Lorena says, yes, Loyola. There we go. Marymount is a very affluent coastal community. What about, was it Tufts? Is Tufts? Oh, no, Tufts is. Look. So the twins are separated? Damn. Empress says, bougie schools. I went to a very small HBCU and you could only do so much. I mean, look. They can afford it, so it is what it is. All right. So we had that scene with Jenn back at home, and this is where we learn about her son and his adoption and things like that. All right. Tamra and Eddie at Cut Fitness. So Cut Fitness, which even though I didn't watch chapter and verse Real Housewives of Orange County like I watch every other Housewives show, I did know about Cut Fitness. But I'm also not surprised because a lot of people had jokes about Cut Fitness closing down and blah, blah. I know, at least here in New York City, during the pandemic, some chains of gyms closed. Gyms that were like hoity-toity closed during the pandemic and have not reopened. So the fact that they had this one fitness place, gym, closed, I wasn't surprised. And this made her emotional, Tamra emotional, was that Emily sent her a text like, 10 years of a gym being open and being successful, that's amazing. But a lot of things happened during the pandemic that put gyms out of business. People started working out at home. A lot of these major corporations started providing these different apps and equipment and workouts from home and things like that. And that sort of kept their gyms afloat. Cut Fitness, apparently, they just couldn't do it. There's a lot of competition. So I don't see a problem with Cut Fitness closing, but Tamra is setting us up for, well, what is Eddie going to do now? Like, what is his purpose? Eddie could be on these online fitness gurus. So many of these other people that don't have his experience are online making tons of money. Not me giving him ideas. Oh, wait, hold on. Sonia says Lifetime Fitness sure didn't. That's because they charge an arm and a leg. Honestly, the gym that I used to go to, Lifetime bought some of their gym locations. And this was right before the pandemic. And now Lifetime is like everywhere here in New York City. But they are expensive. And I'm like, as soon as I walk through the gym, is my body worked out? Do I not have to do anything? Like, I just walk in and I'm fit based off the prices they're charging? I say this now and I'm like, guys, guess where I work out now? No, it's too expensive. I'm sorry. It's too expensive. Unless they want to give me a discount, I'll promote it. No, I like my gym. Anyways, so I'm not surprised. That Cut Fitness is closing. So they're, pulling everything apart. They're selling the equipment. Emily sent her this really sweet text saying, like, you guys did an amazing job. Keep your head up, blah, 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 blah. And Tamra liked that. And remember, no one expected them to have this relationship. A lot of people, when they said Tamra was returning, they were worried. She called her Shrek, right? Didn't she call her Shrek? Jenna on my TikTok says that I need Tamra to share more of her personal life. What's up with her kids? Simon, her ex, Simon. You're right. I mean, look, it's only episode 2. We shall see. I did notice in her, in Tamra's, what do you call that? Like when you see the family behind her, I saw her mom. Is that her mom's husband, boyfriend? Who was that? Why are they in her thing? Why are her kids not in it? Has she not she's featured her kids on the show before, right? All right. So Gina has COVID and Emily's going to take over for her flamingo party. Sidebar. I didn't know flamingos were pink because they eat so much shrimp. Is that just them being funny or is that really, really true? Anyways, it doesn't matter. So Gina is sick. Emily said, I'm going to host it. I'm going to, go pick up the things. And they catch up and they talk about like what's going on with the ladies, like what's going on with Tamra and Shannon. Okay. I really don't care. Let's get to the flamingo party and then we can get into Vanderpump Rules, guys. Don't forget to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. If you're part of the replay crew, don't forget to let us know where you're watching from, how you would rate the episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, and your thoughts on the episode as well. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think she's going to have that weird sun on. What weird sun? Melissa says it's true about the flamingos. Really? That's interesting. Oh, look, Emily, you weren't alone. I didn't know. Gigi says it's the shrimp and coral, I think. I mean, they're a beautiful animal. I have to say the ladies did look good in their pink. The ladies did look, right? Don't you feel like the ladies looked good in their fuchsias and pinks and things like that? So Gina's not able to host this party on the boat, which is not good for her and her job future. Just saying. Kara says she's dead, that I didn't know that. Why would I know that? That's such a weird factoid to know about flamingos in the shrimp that they eat. I mean, flamingos aren't here in New York City. I don't eat shrimp. So I wasn't surprised. I wasn't mad. Not her racist oldest son. Oh, damn. Let me Google schmoogle that later. All right. Straight Glass says he had a nasty divorce recently. Damn. Cherise says that, yes, they are really white until they begin their diet. Interesting. We are learning a lot. Chocolate Soul says it's from the shrimp and the algae they eat. But why would that change their color? Y'all eat shrimp all the time. None of y'all turning pink. None of y'all turning pink. Why is it affecting you? All right. So back to this party. So first of all, I have to say, drunk Heather Dubrow, the interrupter. She had a few moments where she was just like in between, like interrupting people. Okay, cute little party. Sidebar. I always look, y'all. It's always good to kind of switch the tables. You know how they kept on asking that bartender to take off his shirt? What if that was a woman and these were men? It's 2023, y'all. Unless that's what he's been hired to do. To be, you know, like you went to whatever place you go to get shirtless bartenders. I'm not asking that man to take off his shirt unless that's part of his, you know, thing. You know what I mean? Just wanted to point that out. Because I'm just saying, look, if the tables would turn and there were some men on this boat and they wanted the woman to take off her shirt, just saying, y'all would have a whole different reaction. Straight Glass says, yeah, I thought about that too. Maybe we too woke for 2023. But I'm just like, Sashay Shantae says, I was uncomfortable too. I'm just saying. Okay, you guys are really, see, I love when you guys give me the cliff notes. Sage Moon says, Tamra's son, Ryan, was very problematic in earlier seasons. It's probably why she won't show him much now. It was uncomfy watching him at times. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the unsafe feeling. Look, oh, you know I'm going to Google Schmoogle after this. Wow. Or you guys can call in and give me the cliff notes. Y'all know what y'all do. Y'all know what y'all do. Julie, thank you so much for another super chat. Julie, you just spending up that husband's money. Julie says, I told my husband if we don't change private nursing hours at our home so I can watch you, he is going to watch you live with me. Oh, wait, is your husband okay? Because I remember he wasn't doing well, right, at one point? Julie, thank you so much. She says, your channel and Kempies are my outlet to decompress. Oh, thank you so much, Julie. We appreciate your support. Okay. Exactly. Lala says they were treating him like a piece of meat. Oh, damn. Anyways. So the biggest thing from outside of this party and the ladies having a good time, at one point, poor thing. What's her name? Jenn. Poor Jen's trying to tell her story about her adoption, you know, because they're trying to get to know her. She's trying to tell her story. Shannon is just like, is that John's son? Is that John's son? Oh, Lord. Is that John's son? Again, like a Ramona moment. But am I surprised? Do I think she's intentionally trying to be rude? No, but she's got to learn at some point. Was it John's son? I don't remember if we confirmed that or not. I think it was. Oh, rewind. Hold on. Back to the scene with Tamra and Eddie at the gym, and they were talking about Shannon. And Eddie was like, the best thing that came out of that friendship with Shannon was David. David Dubrow? Bador Dubrow. David Bador? Really? And then he referred to Shannon being drunk, being a drunk. And then apparently John and Shannon have drunk fights. Okay, fast forward back to the flamingo party. So Shannon sees John's son, I think, and she's interrupting this Jen's story. And Tamara's like, told you this is how she is. This is how she is. So later, Jenn and Shannon talk about it, and if you watch the Peacock version, they showed the never before scene where Shannon opens up about how she wanted to be a foster mom, but then she ended up getting pregnant. Again, very like Ramona-like moment. When you should be giving the spotlight in the moment for Jenn to speak, Shannon chimes in, well, I wanted to be a foster mom. I was taking the classes. So, Shannon is Shannon. Does that mean she shouldn't change? Does that mean she should try to do better? No, she should definitely try to do better and listen to people when they're trying to speak. All right? But this turns into a battle, not between Shannon and Jenn, but between Tamra and Shannon. So even before this, Emily tries to have a conversation with Tamra about what's going on with Shannon. And I have to say, Emily sounded very, what's the word? Grounded. And she's just like, and she said, let me play devil's advocate here. And I agree with her. She was like, well, if you're not telling Shannon that these things are bothering you, that she's calling you all the time and your family are upset that she's calling and blah, 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 blah. If you're not telling her that, how is Shannon supposed to know? How are you supposed to set up these boundaries with your friendship if Shannon doesn't know? But that's when Tamra starts getting loud. And she starts getting loud with Emily. I was like, this relationship with Emily is not going to last long. And mind you, this is not a big boat. So the other ladies are hearing Tamra scream. Fast forward a little more. So in that moment where they're all sitting together, Tamra starts screaming and yelling at Shannon and how she ghosted her. She's not a good friend and blah, 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 blah. I feel like Tamra, like you might have, like, I'm never going to tell her that she doesn't have a right to feel the way that she feels. She has a right to feel the way that she feels, but her communication skills suck. The screaming, the yelling, she seemed inebriated. And honestly, you're calling Shannon a drunk. Shannon is coherent. You're drunk right now. But that's just, the Tres Amigas, will they return? I need to go watch those seasons with the Tres Amigas and see if that was even any fun and if there was a real friendship. Maybe if I saw those seasons, I would probably feel for Tamra. But some of you have watched this from the beginning and you don't feel for Tamra. Right, Lamara? I thought the same thing. I was like, look at us hoity-toity people. We're looking at this yacht and I mean, like, that's a small boat. Look, that's a small boat. But I didn't even love this episode. If I had to rate this episode, I'd probably give it like a 5 or 6. I thought it was like an episode. It wasn't a great episode. Sue says, you can't reason with Tamra after a few drinks. Naturally, Paige says, I'm so proud of Shannon for not screaming and crying. Right? She was like Shannon, are you? Oh, it's the microdoses. You think it's the microdoses are helping Shannon? Nestle says it was not a good episode for sure. Yeah, I was just like, But Jillian says Trust and Mika's turned up and had a good time. Here's the thing. No matter how you feel about Vicky Gumelson, even the little bit of Vicky Gumelson that I saw on Ultimate Girls Trip, I was like, I get why they hired her. I get why, she was on this show for so long. You don't have to like her. I get why producers liked her and why she helped spearhead this show. So for me, I'm interested to see the little bit that we're going to get to see of Vicky. Do you think Vicky will ever return full-time? Does she need to return full-time? I know she would want it. Do you want to see Kelly Dodd come back? No. Based off all the problematic and racist and transphobic things I've seen her say, no. No, we're good. We're good on Kelly Dodd. Okay? Miyata says she is Ramona. I mean, look, I don't know if she's as problematic as Ramona, but again, I don't know all of Shannon's history, but it does give me very Ramona. Just saying. All right. We're going to move on, guys. We're going to move on into our Vanderpump Rules recap of the secrets revealed. This will be the last time, I hope, that we will be talking about Vanderpump Rules. But we have recapped Vanderpump Rules season 10 for the last several weeks, including their 3-part reunion. So if you missed any of that, be sure to check that out. We also even had a special podcast episode with my girl Grace Report on Kempire Radio, which we had a really, really great conversation. So be sure to check that out. And you can see the visual version of that podcast episode on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to that. All right. So the Vanderpump Rules Secrets Reveal. And I know I said I wasn't going to watch it, but I'm kind of glad that I did for a few different reasons. All right. LVP hosts this Secrets Reveal. She's being asked questions by a producer, and she's sort of narrating the things that we did not see and that did not come out during the season. All right. So the very first scene, you remember I was talking about Ariana and Tom were like the only ones that had like the nicest house of this cast? Well, no, apparently Katie and Schwartz had a really nice home too, but they were separated and they were divorcing. And we open up with the scene where he's like, Bubba, and I'm like, you would think that they were still together. And the way she responded is like, yes. But they were separated at this point for 2 months. And I'm thinking this season really was going to be about their divorce. And maybe that's a good thing that they didn't. It's a good thing that they didn't. Because I don't think that would have been a good season. I think you guys would have been like, cancel the show. But as you know, since the scandal, they're talking, rumor on the street, they're talking about a spinoff from Vanderpump Rules with some of the old cast. Who wants that? Who wants that? I don't want that. Who wants that? No. Black Girls Code said, the Secrets Reveal episode made Sandoval and Raquel look even worse. I agree. But you know who also looked pretty bad in it? Ariana.
Lies! The lies!
Ariana did not look good. Ariana did not look good after I watched this episode. And I get it, at this point, she didn't know that Tom had cheated on her, but it was quite telling how she turned a blind eye and was willing to ride with this woman wrecking other people's homes. Just saying. We'll get to it. And yes, guys, we will be taking callers in just a few. Shout out to our members. You will have first access to the call-in link. And shout out to all of you in the live chat. Once we get more people in the room and more likes, we will drop the call link for you as well, and you'll have a minute to share your thoughts. All right? Exact. Chocolate Chunk says Ariana is not Katie's or Lala's friend. Not even now. That part. All right? Melissa says, I think Scandival is fake for a storyline. I mean, a lot of people have speculated that. So in the very first scene, the very first secret reveal, scene that we get, it's Katie and Schwartz and them just sort of like cohabitating for now. This is before they moved out of their home. They're going to sell this home. It's a beautiful home. And they talk about, just like their personal items, like certain things, like were pictures of them. Like, what do you do with stuff like that? That you shared with someone? They've been together for such a long time. But they decide, I guess eventually once we start dating other people, I feel like these people still love each other, but I'm so proud of Katie because it takes a lot. There's so many people that are still in relationships that are not working. Although there is love between these two, I think Katie did the right thing for herself. I don't know what she wants. I don't know if she wants to get married again. I already know she said she does not want to have children. But I don't know. Does she not want to have children? I feel like she might be a good mom. I'm not putting that on her, but I feel like, are you sure? Or are you just saying that? Just saying. Just asking. So she admits to him, and we did see this scene. She admits to him that, yeah, she's gone on a few dates because he asked, have you been dating? And she's like, yeah, I've gone on a few dates. And he gets actually really upset. He starts crying. I feel for Schwartz in this moment because he did not want this divorce. He would still be married to Katie if she did not choose for herself that she wanted more. And she says she feels empowered after making that decision. I bet she does, because I'm sure that was not an easy decision for her to make. She's been with this man for so long. She was married to him for so long. They have a show that they do together, so she can't even get away from him. You know, like when you divorce someone or you break up with someone, at least you don't have to see them all the time. But now that whole situation is so like complicated, but she still made that decision regardless. Good for you, Katie. So we also bid adieu in the next scene of Tom Sandoval's apartment, the apartment that he once shared with Ariana, the apartment that he once shared with Kristen. Apparently, Ariana's brother was in that roach-infested apartment too. They zoomed in on the roach. I'm just saying, I'm not acting uppity. Look, I live here in New York, but still, like, ew, there's a roach on the floor. Just saying. Yuck. So they go back to the apartment, and of course they're reminiscing on all the things. Sandoval's there with Ariana. Schwartz ends up coming there as well. I have to say this. Without Sandoval, I kind of like seeing Ariana and Schwartz interaction because it's very like brother-sister. And I'm like, oh, damn. So that friendship is like done. And she seems like she really loves Schwartz. Unlike some of the other friendships that we question that Ariana has, I feel like she really does love Schwartz because Schwartz is a part of their life. He was a part of their relationship too. They're using the beer pong. They're testing out the air conditioning when they turn on the microwave. Will it turn out the lights? Apparently, I was like, oh, it didn't go off. Maybe they fixed something in the apartment. That apartment looks dirty though. I walked into that apartment. I was like, they were just walking around like casual, like ew. Look, ew. They do find a tea towel from Tom Schwartz and Katie's wedding. And again, we have this emotional moment with Tom Schwartz. I felt for Tom Schwartz because, the season became about a whole other thing. We really see that he is pretty broken up by this divorce that's happening. Woo, 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 Schwartz. Woo, woo, woo. Apparently, he hasn't seen Tom Sandoval in a while at this point. I mean, I think he needs a break from the scandal of it all. But don't be surprised. That will be the one that will be filming with Tom next season because nobody else will. All right. Peter. Can we talk about Peter? Woo, woo, woo. Peter. They should have shown that scene that they didn't show during the season of Peter asking LVP, I want to start my own restaurant. And she was like, no, Peter. I need you here, sir. I don't need you growing and doing anything else. They should have showed that scene. I feel for Peter. We talked about Peter. I didn't know any of these people. Well, I knew some of these people. And so we started recapping the show, and Peter was one of those people I really did not know of. And I said, Peter has so much potential. And when I say potential, I mean like looks-wise. I was like, he has so much potential. But not even just looks-wise. Like when I found out more about Peter, his dreams to be a director, and now he's telling LVP in this season, I want to start my own restaurant. Peter really knows how to run a restaurant. He's been working at Sir, like really working, not like these other motherfathers. He really knows how to run a restaurant. I hope at least in season 11 that we really do explore. LVP, you need to give, and look, maybe he does. But if you're watching, someone clip this and send this to Peter. Peter, if you do not have a percentage in Sir, you need to leave Sir. Because if the Toms and those
Lies! The lie!
If the Toms and their raggedy selves have 5% in Tom, and you do not have a percentage in Sir, LVP does not value you. She should be like, you know what, Peter, you want to start your own restaurant. Let's do something together. You trust him with Sir if he wants to spread his wings and have ownership, because that's the true credit to a leader. She should be encouraging him to have ownership. If you trust him so much with your business. Green Eyes Mama says, Greg, who's the investor in Schwartz and Sandy, needs to go into business with Peter. I mean, I can see it because Peter knows what he's doing. Like, he really knows what he's doing. I mean, he doesn't have it the way with the ladies. He doesn't. So this scene we see is when Raquel pretty much broke up with him the night before at the Daily Mail party, and he doesn't remember. He doesn't remember. So he asked Raquel to break up with him again. But before we even get to that part, that scene with James Kennedy is terrible. He is terrible. Jasmine says Peter said on a podcast that he wants to open his own restaurant. Yeah, he said it during the season, but they edited it out. They edited it out. Because she's like, Peter, no, I need you here. I need you here. But if he doesn't have a percentage in Sir, Peter, you need to leave. You need to leave. That will teach her. That will teach her. And I tell you, the minute you say, no, I'm leaving, she'll be like, I'll give you a percentage in Sir. But maybe he has. We never heard that, though. We never heard that. So anyways, that's that conversation between James and Peter, because Peter's just like, did you tell LVP? Did you go back to mommy and tell LVP about me dating Raquel? Because he's like, I can't be dating the help. Look, the help. You know, he can't be dating the person, a subordinate that he manages. And he says, and James is just so nasty to him. He's just a nasty person. I can't stand James Kennedy. And so many of you said, when you watch all the seasons, you might feel a little bit differently. So far, no. So far, no. He also says to Peter, well, Raquel told me that she feels like that she's not even into you. Why do you care? Look, that's the bigger question. Why do you care? Allie, you really should be concerned. You really should be concerned. All right. So Peter then goes to Raquel's like, I don't remember what we talked about. Do you guys really believe that? I'm always questioning when I see people and they're like, I don't remember what I said when I was drunk. I'm like, really? You don't remember? You remember you said something though. Again, I'm not a drinker, so maybe I don't know. I don't know the levels of drinking and what you'll remember, what you don't remember. But he says that he was blackout drunk. He didn't seem like blackout drunk. It seemed like he did remember. Raquel's just like, so you want me to tell you again? If you can, yeah, that'd be good. Well, I just don't see it going in that direction. Peter, why in the hell would you want to date her? I know, look, Peter likes a pretty face and no brain. I mean, look, Peter, I need you to have a little bit more depth. This is why you're still single. If you really want a relationship, maybe he doesn't. But Peter has dated everybody in that restaurant, up and down that restaurant. Peter, have you dated one of the guys? I'm just, look. I mean, look. I'm not saying that you should. I'm not insinuating anything, Peter.
How you doing?
I'm just saying, maybe that's why it's not working. Maybe you need to try something different. I'm not saying it has to be one of the guys. Maybe a different type of girl. Maybe someone that has more depth. Green-eyed mama says that Peter doesn't want to date. He wants to get some. Well, well. Chocolate says, why was she laughing? So annoying. No one is heartbroken over you, Rachel. Calm down. Deborah says he likes the empty-headed. Mm-hmm. Guys, we have almost 1,000 people here for our recap of the Real Housewives of Orange County and the special Secrets Revealed Vanderpump Rules episode. Be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Sashay Shantae, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I became a member here when my son was born. He's 2 now. Oh my gosh. And I call him Bubba because of Schwartz and Katie. And I don't even like them. Just like just the Bubba thing. Love your lives, Kemp. You keep me sane. Sashay Shantae has been a member for 2 years. Thank you so much, Sashay Shantae. And you're a Scorpio. But I do like the name Bubba. And now I don't think I could ever call anyone Bubba just because of this damn show. Just because of this damn show, I don't think I could call anyone Bubba because all I'm going to hear is Schwartz. Bubba. I think that would annoy the hell out of me. No. Oh, okay. All right, let's move on. Let's move on from that scene. So, because we have a few scenes to get through. All right. Okay. We had this scene where Sheena, Lala, Raquel, Ariana, and Katie hang out. Honestly, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because this is the time where Katie was upset with Sheena. I feel like we talked about this all season, but we didn't see this scene where Sheena and Katie sort of make amends or at least agree to be cordial, but Katie is still upset. Lala's just like, girl, you are upset with the wrong person. You should be upset with Raquel. That's trying to hook up with your husband. Because you remember during the season, Sheena was trying to hook up Raquel with Schwartz. But Sheena kept on saying, well, you said, I know you were drunk, but you said like you don't care. You want to see. Yeah, but the minute she says that she wasn't cool with it, Sheena, you should have just backed off. You should just backed off. But now they're in a better place, at least for now. I mean, they go back and forth year after year. Okay. But I agree with Lala in that particular instance. You're wrong. You're mad at the wrong person. You're mad at the wrong person. Now let's get to the scene that I wanted to talk about. Tom and Ariana's place. So Raquel and I feel like Charlie got a lot more screen time in The Secrets Revealed than she did all season. Good for her. I actually liked her during the season, the little bit that we got of her. So they arrive at Ariana and Tom's place. This is the day after the guys' night. We found out, right? It was guys' night is when they started hooking up, right? I can never remember the timeline because we don't know what is true and what is not true. But that's one of the things we found out, that's when they first started hooking up. Literally, the producers add in 10 hours before, you see our Sandoval and Raquel hanging out 10 hours before. Their interaction, when we know what we know now, is so crazy. It's so crazy to me. Because this is like, you guys are so icky that you guys could do this. And just their faces in that moment. So Raquel talks about hooking up with Oliver in Vegas, remember? And as she's talking, I don't even care what she's saying. It is Sandoval's face in that moment. You just slept with this woman. All right? And you're sitting next to your girlfriend and you're just like this. The face for me. I can literally see it right now. I wish I had a picture. I was just like, this man is crazy. Like he's just laughing and she's not even better because she's talking about this and she's looking at him. And then they talk about the comment that she made. She talks about the comment that she made to Lala when they were in during the girls' trip about like, well, thank God you don't have a man. And Ariana's reaction to me is what stood out. I didn't care about what Raquel was saying in that moment. It was Ariana's reaction. Because we've said this. We were like, you see that your friend is hooking up with people that are in relationships or questionably in relationships, and you don't think that she might do that to you? You don't think that she might do that to you? And then the way that she was laughing when they were talking about Lala, I was just like, Ariana, this is so interesting. And I know it's a little different because she was in a relationship with for 10 years, blah blah blah. And a lot of you gonna say she got him, she lost him, how she got him. But I paid attention to Ariana's reaction. I was like, not you over here kikiing and laughing at her alluding like, I might take your man if you had a man. Your man's right here. And literally, she slept with that man the night before. She slept with your man the night before. And then she says in her own confessional about Lala, she can dish it, but she can't take it. What? She literally says in her confessional about Lala, oh, Lala can dish it, but she can't take it. And then Sandoval has all kinds of comments about Lala and her history. And look, we already know a lot of these people are hypocrites. A lot of them are. All right? Especially Lala. But this motherfucker, when you know what we know now, that you literally slept with this woman that's sitting in front of you in your house and you're sitting next to your girlfriend, your life partner. Crazy to me. And that's the only reason why I wanted to do this live. Because I was just like, this is insane. This is insane when we know what we know. And then when we see this next scene of Sandoval and Ariana going skating and looking like they are still very much in love, still having a good time, but we never know what's real with them because this is being filmed. And we already know that they did play things up for the cameras. You guys have felt that way even before Sandoval. But he keeps on saying to her, oh my God, you look so hot today. Literally just slept with this woman. And who knows how many times before this date that they have together. And I was like, oh, look at them just having a good time. So the narrative that Tom was putting out there, look, might be somewhat true. But the narrative that they were in a bad place, she can't stand him. She thinks that he's an idiot. You are. Look, you are. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, wow, look, they things weren't as bad as he was making it out. All right, guys, we have almost 1,000 people in the building watching. Be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Let's get to 500 likes. If you're a member of the channel, I am going to drop the call and link for you first on the community tab. So Senior Royals, I'm going to drop the call and link for you first, and then we're going to continue our conversation about Vanderpump Rules Secrets Revealed episode, and then we will be done. The door will be closed on Vanderpump Rules, at least for now. I haven't seen the cast reaction to the Secrets Revealed episode. I'm a little curious to see their thoughts on it, but at the same time, I really don't care what they have to say at this point because I'm tired of all of them. Okay, Royal Court members, I'm dropping the call and link for you next. And Team Kempire members, I will drop the call and link for you in just a second once I'm done talking about this. Okay. So we have that scene, and then we have a scene with Schwartz going on a date. She seemed like a nice girl, cute girl. Good for you, Schwartz. He's awkward. He will forever be awkward. I don't know if he will ever get married again. I don't think Schwartz will ever get married again. He barely wanted to even, step up and marry Katie. I don't know. All right. LVP joins the ladies. Was it Lala? Who else was there? What's her name that does the lip balm? She was there. Christina Kelly. There we go. Katie was there. All right. So, let me save that. So we have this scene, but this is where they start being suspicious of the relationship between Sandoval and Rachel. And they revisit the Ken Todd coming through the room and saying, like, can you believe that Raquel slept over? I can't. So, but we've later found out that night they did end up hooking up, but they were already lying. we literally see another scene with Sheena and Raquel hanging out, and Raquel admits like, yeah, I slept over, I overslept, I was sleeping in, I guess the social media room, and then they, Sandoval told me to sleep in the guest room. We know something happened. She already admitted this. Something happened with them that night. But we already know even before that night they had hooked up. All right? So the ladies are talking about this, and Lala's the one who's like, she's convinced that something's going on, but she wouldn't be surprised. She wouldn't be surprised. So this is when people are getting suspicious. Katie's getting suspicious because she was there when Ken Todd came through with that information. Sandoval lied to Brock. They were playing basketball and lied. He's like, oh no, she went home. But Raquel is telling Sheena, no, I stayed over, but I stayed in the guest room. Everybody's lying. Everybody's lying. Thank you. Hey, Adam. I hung out with Adam when I went to London. That is an honor. If a British person will, I take that. Adam says, I love your impression of Ken. Being from London, your British accent was spot on. Hey, Adam. Hope all is well. All right. Look. I don't always get them right, but here we go. All right. Let me say thank you too. Mrs. D. Green, thank you for the super chat. She says, Ariana's comments regarding the dishing it, that pot had no room to criticize the kettle. Oh, apparently Ariana can't take what she dished as well. Oh. See, this is why I love our community, because we can see both sides of a situation. Like, we can call Tom and Raquel trash, but we can also see, like, wait a minute, Ariana received a lot of backlash after the reunion. She did, because look, Raquel's not innocent. However, I don't know if I would want to say bullying, but they were, okay, maybe bullying. So she received a lot of backlash after that. But that's not stopping her from getting all kinds of deals. So she's fine. Woo, 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 Ariana. La Heathers, thank you so much for the super chat. La Heather says Project Runway is having a special Below Deck episode with the boat captains. Let's recap that one. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Note, is that the premiere episode? Doesn't Project Runway come on tonight? I really loved the Housewives one, though. I really did. I mean, the captains are cute, but all right. But thank you guys so much for the super chat, the Venmo, the Cash App, the PayPal. Shout out to those of you that have become members. Shout out to Kim for gifting memberships today. We appreciate you. And shout out to our members that help us keep the lights on here on a monthly basis. We appreciate you. All right. Okay. Tiff says F that she deserved it. Oh, damn. Y'all cold-blooded. LaMonica says it was bullying. Yeah. After I revisited it in my head, I said, well, no, it was bullying. All right. Shout out to our King's Guards, guys. We cannot have these types of conversations without our King's Guards. So be sure to thank them for being here and holding us down all the time in the live chats. And shout out to Mama Allie. She's keeping the timestamps. So for those of you that just want one particular thing. Miranda says, Kempire, will you ever recap Love and Hip Hop? I mean, I have asked you guys in the past if I should, and then I watched an episode, I think last season, and I said, this show has just jumped the shark majorly. I don't know if it can come back. So I don't know, and I really don't necessarily have the time, and I have a feeling with the writer's strike and SAG going on strike that we're going to have a lot more reality content that we need to talk about. So I'm going to keep my plate clear. I mean, it's not clear, but you know what I mean. Like at least a portion clear for some of the new content that's coming. So stay tuned for that. And coming up, we have And Just Like That coming. The Sex and the City spinoff. We're going to recap that. It's like one of the rare scripted shows that we talk about. So stay tuned for that. See, Deborah said, heck no to Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, I also asked you guys during that time. You were like, we don't subscribe. That's almost Zeus adjacent. Zeus adjacent. Zeus adjacent. Sarai, thank you so much for the super chat. Sarai says Ariana better than me because the Aries in me would have said worse. What's Ariana? Oh no, Ariana's a Cancer. Ariana's a Cancer. All right. Carmen says, please no, you are better than Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I mean, look, I'm not saying that I'm better, but it's not really my wheelhouse anymore. I used to love and hip hop, not even Atlanta, more so New York. I like the first couple of seasons, but then it just became like a telenovela. I'm like, I can't with this fakery. All right, I can't with the fakery. Let me just say thank you. We had some more super chats, guys. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Orange County and the special Secrets Revealed episode of Vanderpump Rules. Don't forget, if you are a member of the channel, I have dropped the call and link for all of our members, and I'm dropping the call link next for our Team Kempire members as well. To become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. And don't forget our Pride merch. I'm loving, like, this is the new shirt. I know some of you don't recognize. You think it's the same shirt. No, this is a different shirt. A different, I forgot what particular one. This one, oh my God, I love it. The quality from our new distributor is amazing. Even the printing of this, amazing. Get your Pride merch, or if you just like rainbows. It doesn't have to just be for Pride, but it will only be available this month. All right? So head on over to houseofkempire.com, or for everything Kempire, head on over to TheKempire.com for our podcast, for our merch. Everything's available there. All right. Let me say thank you. Thank you, Miss Sharon, for the super chat. Miss Sharon says, hi, Kempire. Just wanted to pop in to say hello. My 39th wedding anniversary is tomorrow. Happy anniversary, Miss Sharon. And thank you for always supporting. I hope you guys have a fantastic time and celebration. Not you sending a super chat for us, but thank you so much for always supporting. And happy 39 years with somebody. Woo! God bless y'all. God bless you. I don't know how people do it, but y'all do it. Sarai, thank you so much for the super chat. Sarai says, please recap the new season of Love for Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta. The Erica Disson, Scrappy, and Bambi tea is juicy. No, I don't know, because I feel like all those antics that we saw on social media between those people was to set us up for this new season. And I was like, okay, y'all thought we are dumb. Y'all thought we were dumb. Anyways, moving along. Okay. LVP. This reminds me of when Ariana says that she might not have a friendship with LVP because of her friendship with Tom Sandoval. I got a little bit more context when LVP opened up. You know, LVP had the accident when she was riding her horse. So we have this scene, we get an update on LVP and where her head was at in regards to that. She feels like Ariana and her bonded over horses and riding and things like that. And I thought this was a special scene because we don't really see LVP cry a lot or be this vulnerable. And she opens up about, you know, being scared to ride again. And she's there talking with Ariana about this, which made me think about the reunion. I think that is why you see LVP be a little hurt, like, oh, we're not going to be friends anymore. I didn't think about their relationship. I thought their relationship really was just the show, maybe, you know, some help with the business. But no, they go riding together. They bonded over that. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So it made me look at the reunion and that conversation, that back and forth, a little differently. Oh, Carmela, thank you so much. Carmela says, I'd watch your recaps even if it was about paint drying, Kempire. You know, if we get to that point, then damn, times are sad. But I feel like our world of recapping things and talking about pop culture, because you know we don't just recap reality TV, we talk about everything in pop culture. I feel like that is going to be busy in the coming years. Okay. Renita, you said there's a new show that I might like. What's the show? April says, I call LVP the Iron Lady, but the Iron Lady was showing a little emotion in this episode. And I appreciated it. And it gave me context. So Allie and James are reacting in real time in this moment about Sandoval and Scandoval and that whole situation. And James is saying that, you know, Raquel is using Sandoval the same way that she used him. And a lot of you have said that as well, that Raquel has used James to be on this show, to get the nose job, all these different things. And I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, based off of Raquel's, an interview a week later, and she's basically turning on Sandoval. Do you think that she will turn on Sandoval to stay on the show? I don't even know if her parents will allow her to stay on the show. I know a lot of you see her net worth being like $50 million. I think that's the net worth of her parents that you were seeing. Maybe not that much either. But I think that's what you're seeing is the net worth of her parents. She doesn't really need the show in that regard. But again, it's not about money. It's more about fame. She wants to be famous. She wanted to be a beauty queen. So she wanted to make a name for herself. She wanted to be on television. She wants to do. It's not about the money. It's more about the fame. But I don't know if she's ready for the backlash unless she's able to spin this whole situation. But I do remember seeing Sheena say that her parents have said before, like once this situation doesn't work for you or it's not working for you, you won't be doing it. So they're like stage parents. I mean, again, she was in pageant, so I'm not surprised. So I'm not sure whether or not, unless they're able to spin this situation for Raquel and she's able to make it seem like Tom Sandoval was the one that manipulated her and used her, that's the only way that she could possibly return. Right? How could she return? Only scenes with Sandoval? Maybe. I know Breezy says those websites are fake. Not that they're fake. I think a lot of it is not accurate. A lot of it is not accurate to the net worth, but there's some information that you can kind of get an idea. Hold on. Adam says, I wonder if Lisa Vanderpump will appear this year at BravoCon because I'm going to be jetting from a different continent. She wasn't there this year, right? Was she there? No, she wasn't. I think she might go this year, especially with the whole situation with Vanderpump. I think they are going to definitely want her to be there because of the interest in Vanderpump Rules. Carla says, Kempire, have you ever thought about covering Love After? I have, and I already told Carla. I said I might talk about it, but I probably would only do it behind the scenes because I don't want to deal with these reality prison stars. I'm just saying, I don't know if they're ready for my opinions. I don't need them. I want to get into it, but I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. So yeah. All right. So if you're a member of the channel, I have dropped the call-in link on the community tab. I already have a couple of members backstage. Live chat, live chat, let's get to 450 likes. I will drop the call-in link once we get to 450 likes. Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels will start to show up on your algorithm, your Explorer page. It helps everyone, okay? All right, and if you're watching the replay of this, don't forget to let us know how you would rate Real Housewives of Orange County or the Vanderpump Rules special and your thoughts on all of it. Clink, clink, come on. Jen says, Kempire don't want to mess with Love After Lockup. No, I don't want to mess with those people. I need them in my DMs. I already got other reality people in my DMs and stuff like that, and that don't like me and want to block me. Sidebar, remember I told you guys that Portia blocked me from Real Housewives of Atlanta? But the way that the Instagram algorithm is, I still get to see her posts. I can't reply to them. I can't do anything, but I still saw her post. I was like, wait, did she unblock me? No, she didn't. I was like, I clicked on it. I was like, oh, no, Portia, but still, Portia, I'm still going to see your stuff if I have to report on something. Just saying. Sorry, Portia. Anyways, and guys, I am excited to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta next week, I should say, because so much stuff is coming out. Oh my God. I know the season's been a mess, but our conversations are never a mess. All right, so Allie and James are reacting to this whole situation. No one cares. Look, no one cares. Look, Allie, you should be concerned. I feel like I said this at the top of the Vanderpump Rules recaps at the top of the season. I feel like he just wants someone that he can control. And that's who Allie is. Even though I As the season has gone on, I've liked Allie a little bit more. Beautiful, beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. Thank you, Justin. Justin says, I judge the character of anyone who blocks you. Anita Baker. Portia Williams. Keisha Cole. Tamar Braxton. Damn, this list is going on. And probably other people that I don't even know because I don't go to their pages and I don't follow them. Thanks, Justin. Forever T says, sounds like she muted. No, she blocked me. No, I just think the way that the Instagram algorithm is, that's just the way it is. No, she definitely blocked me. Anyway, it's okay though. It's okay. SC, this is why I said we have a lot to talk about. SC says Sonya can go after that Carlos interview. I was rooting for her. Were you? I guess we all on some level were like, okay, Sonya, you riding that fence, but All right, we're going to get to some callers, guys. We're almost at 450 likes. Let's get to 450 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link for the general audience. But we're going to take calls from our members. If you're a member of the channel, I've dropped the call-in link on the community tab. Anything else that I wanted to say? No, not really. Allie, Katie, and Lala also discussed the scandal. Allie makes it seem as if the night, well, not makes it seem, the night of that Ariana found out about the cheating, James and Tom Sandoval were, texting back and forth. Allie made it seem like, oh, he's like, yeah, bro, but I didn't see bro in that. I had to pause the text message to read the text. I was like, there is no bro in this. But I get it. They're friendly. James Kennedy was engaged to this woman. But of course, Tom is not going to tell on himself. Anyways. All right. So that was our recap of the Real Housewives of Orange County and the Vanderpump Rules secrets revealed. Now we're going to take some callers, guys. Once we get to 450 likes, I'll drop the call-in link for the rest of the audience. Oh yeah, sidebar. Even in the confessional that we didn't see from James Kennedy, all of these theatrics of James Kennedy, I'm just like, oh my gosh, he's so obnoxious. Like there's nobody on this cast that I like. Okay, Lisa Vanderpump, that's about it. Y'all try to cancel her. I was like, really? Calm down, y'all. All right. Let's get to some of the callers. Members, you guys I'm going to give you free reign because we don't have a lot of members backstage that want to talk about this. So you can talk as long, not as long as you want. It's dinner time. All right. Well, it's about to be dinner time. I'm going to bring up Bernadetta first. What's going on, Bernadetta?
Hey, Kempire. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you? Let me just switch this thing. So there we go. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. Can you hear me well?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. So I don't have that much to say about OC because I didn't watch it, but I'm here for Vanderpump. Low-key was kind of like disappointed. I felt like there were more Easter eggs throughout the season than during the secrets revealed. But granted, I am I'm not. Well, once we knew. So granted, I'm also a Redditor, unfortunately. So I don't know. But it was so funny to me. Even the Tom lies so much, even the producers don't know his age. The man is 42. He's Kristen's age.
Yes.
And they had that little edit. It said edit 40 years old. I'm like, y'all can even get this right. He lies so much. I was kind of I was laughing at the editing because it was hilarious. I love when the producers are shady.
Yeah.
And another thing that I noticed when Raquel came in and she brought the flowers, and Ariana's dog just died, right? So, any sane person puts two and two together. Those flowers are for Ariana. But Tom goes, oh, for me? And I'm like, what? And do you not remember that Ariana's dog just died? Are you in some weird, hazy, post-coital frame of mind that you think that these flowers are for you? I was like, this is ridiculous. But I'm glad the scandal is over. I'm not excited that it's going to be dragged out into next season because I'm sure it is. But yeah, let's just move on. Oh, also one more thing. Mm-hmm. There is a spinoff in the works. I'm sure you've seen it, Vanderpump Villa.
Oh, well, no, that's not a spinoff. That's something that's completely separate. That's on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
They were talking about another spinoff with the original cast of Vanderpump Rules. But this Vanderpump Villa is a Hulu reality show. So it has nothing to do with Bravo or NBC Universal.
That makes sense. I don't know if Jax is coming back, actually. I don't think that he is anymore because apparently they were filming at SUR just this week for James Kennedy's show, and Jax was supposed to be there, and then he didn't show up, and there are cameras all over the place. So, I mean, good news for people that don't want Jax back, I guess. That's all I had to say, though. Happy Thursday.
You
Have
too.
a great day.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So wait, hold on. Hold on, where is it? Where's the comment? Oh wait, Deborah says Dancing Queens is good. Is it? I don't even understand the premise of this show. Like, it started when I was watching Peacock the other day, and it automatically started. And I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, this is Dancing Queens? I was like, I don't even know the premise. I don't even know the premise. Justin says, I'm gay, and even I don't expect flowers. If you're coming to my home, I expect flowers. No, I don't. I honestly don't. I honestly don't. Okay. Hold on. Forever T says he was joking, but he is still a jerk. Yeah. I took it as a joke too. I took it as a joke. Katja says Jax would love to come back. He needs the money. I think that they would love to come back. I wonder why he didn't show up that day. I definitely think because they're already doing that little after show that they're doing. I don't know. Mama Allie says I don't like Dancing Queens. I don't know. How's the ratings doing for that show? That's what I thought, Linda. Linda says ballroom dancing. I was like, why do I need to see this? Bravo, y'all have an identity crisis. All right, let me drop the call-in link for the general audience. General audience, I just dropped the call-in link for you. We are talking about the Real Housewives of Orange County and the Secrets Revealed episode of Vanderpump Rules. All right, we're going to bring up Tiana next. What's going on, Tiana?
Hey, how are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, so I decided to give Orange County a chance because I haven't watched in the last couple of seasons. And now I remember why I do not like Tamra at all.
Why?
Because I don't like the fact that one, you're trying to blame. I don't like the way that she's trying to blame Shannon. I just talked all this mess. Well, you should have called me. Girl, I wouldn't call you. You clearly just went, straight on social media and even trashed me, and then you want people to come and call you. And she reminds me of Marlo, not necessarily with the line, but when it comes to like the way that she thinks that people should respond to her and like give her grace when she shows none of that to anyone else.
Which is interesting because I saw a clip today on Twitter because I don't listen to that podcast with the Nats.
No, I don't. No.
And she was defending Candy. And she was literally saying she feels like the producers are coming for Candy this season and not necessarily Marlo. So I thought that's interesting that you're associating her with Marlo. She's a narcissist.
Think, it's so funny. I really only watch Orange County for Heather because I feel like Heather's one of the only housewives that actually has money and is willing to show it off. And her and her husband ain't doing nothing illegal. I'm sorry. Let me see Heather in that house. Heather Penn. I remember, I don't know if you saw her YouTube when she did a house tour.
No, everyone keeps talking about that. And I've been meaning since last season to watch it.
You have to sit down, even if you just have it playing on the background. I mean, from the kitchen to the bedrooms to the wrapping room. She's like a wrapping room and with her laundry room.
What in the Candy spelling?
Right.
I remember Candy spelling had a gift wrapping room.
Did that house ever get sold?
Yeah, she sold that a long time ago.
Oh, okay. No, so that's why I disapprove. I like Heather. I mean, I can get, all of the, her being a little pretentious. I like that if I get to see the money behind it. And that's what Real Housewives, it was back in the day. It's like when you came on the show, you had some kind of money. So it made people interested in, watching. Yeah. So, but yeah, Tamra can go. She can go. Her and Eddie. Was that man's name, Eddie?
Yes, Eddie.
Oh, yeah, they can go.
Is that it, Tiana?
That's it.
Thank you so much for calling in. You too. Bye. All right. Let's bring up Regina next. What's going on, Regina?
Hey, Kempire. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah, Tamra. I've been watching OC since the beginning, and yeah, she's trying.
Did you want to see her come back?
Yes, I was excited, but I knew she was going to be thirsty. I knew it. She's trying way too hard. She lost her orange, and now she's trying to get it back. And it's going to be a train wreck. Oh. I love Heather. I do. I love Heather. I love Terry. Dubrow, even though they have a lot of money and they are a bit bougie, they're so sweet. They're just sweethearts anyway. It's endearing. So,
Mm.
and I have a daughter that's getting ready to go to college next year. So yeah, we're dealing with that sort of thing. And universities do now allow you to change and do formatting and stuff. My daughter's looking at a private university, and yes. And I'm sitting here going, it's hard enough to pay for this, let alone try to get your room. Like, no, we're not doing that.
You only have that for the semester, then you have to move all that stuff out.
You do. And I'm just sitting there going, when I went to a private university, my parents had to pay, and we're not doing all that extra. You're going to get the dorm room package that's what you're getting. It'll make you stronger. But yeah, and I was just going back. I heard somebody saying about Dancing Queens. I think you would enjoy it. I really do, because
Why?
it's not just housewives. It is housewives that are dancing with professionals, but some of these women are complete nuts. And then there's one woman on there that I really like. She's a heavier woman, but she's best ballroom dancer by far, but she can never win because of her shape. And she goes into it, and they really bring it out. They talk about it. So I think you might enjoy it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it.
So it's like housewives that are learning to do ballroom dancing?
Yes, they're doing Latin dance, and they're actually not learning. They're good. These women are really good. And you see the cutthroat side of it, because they're like sweet in your face. And then when they get on the ballroom dancing floor, they're like running into each other. And like this one, I think she intentionally tries to hurt people. I really do. She's like the Tanya Harding of dance. I just dated myself.
No, we all know who Tanya Harding is.
So you should really watch it. But yeah, other than that, tomorrow is my Saturday is my birthday.
I'm glad you remember when your birthday is. Happy birthday,
I know.
Regina.
It's that Gemini side.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. You have a good day, Kempire. Enjoy and get something to eat.
You already know. I'm thinking about it.
Bye.
I literally did cook something yesterday, so I have something already ready to go. Throw right in the microwave, and I'm ready to eat. Some stewed chicken with some rice and some vegetables. All right. Anyways. Miss Bernice, we're going to bring you up next. What's going on, Miss Bernice?
Hey, Kempire. Yes, you got to watch Dancing Queens. I love it. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's one on there. I didn't know that the woman pays for everything. As in the partner, the male partner, she pays for everything. All his room and board, everything. She's coming out of pocket. Like if it's not a brother and sister duo or anything like that, the woman is paying for everything. Because they got one partner who ended up leaving the previous partner, but he came back with another partner that she's dancing with. And she's doing this microaggression at the new partner. And like, oh, it's good. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, my God. I'm going to give it a shot. But I got to finish the ultimatum Queer Love first.
Okay. I looked at this. Okay. It's the Lord's Day, so I got to say nice words.
Is it the Lord's Day? I mean, every day is the Lord's Day.
Every day is the Lord's Day. But this bunch of crap was getting on my nerves because, I'm sorry, did they not ever listen to Me and Mrs. Jones, Secret Lover or Part-Time Lover? You're not supposed to tell if you're creeping to everybody that you're creeping. Really? Like, oh, I'm just so surprised. Why they didn't tell me? It's secret. They're not supposed to tell you. The sad thing that really got me was Katie and Swartz. Because Katie, you lost yourself because y'all relationship didn't have a good foundation. When you don't get together for love, because you have love, you have security, because you're gonna be doing what you need to do to take care of yourself before you came in a relationship with me. So if I got your love, I got all of that comes along with it. I'm not talking crazy, people. Listen. They didn't have a good foundation. So how you gonna build on a rocky foundation and expect it to be successful? So of course she lost herself because you kept giving, but you didn't give as in we get married. He loved me, I love him, and we're gonna be building something together. You didn't do it like that. So you got lost in the shuffle, and he still loves you, but you don't love him.
Mm.
Yeah, that was the only thing. But Lala is that type of friend that you have to watch because she's very vindictive, and if you piss her off, she will sleep with your boyfriend to get back at you. So she kept projecting on to Rachel because that's her.
Hmm.
And James, I James been James from day one. He been a Mitch when he came on, and he's still a Mitch. He ain't got no backbone. He's not boyfriend material. He's not husband material. His girlfriend better run and take notes and find her somebody that's gonna love her and provide and take care of her. Right. James ain't it. He's a Mitch. He's a Mitch, and he always gonna be a Mitch.
All right. Thank you, Miss Bernice, for
But
calling in.
no problem. But put Dancing Queens on your list.
I'm about to do. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Shout out to you guys on my TikTok watching for behind the scenes, and thank you for the reminder. Don't forget, guys, this month in honor of Pride Month, we are raising money for the Trevor Project. We're trying to raise over $2,500 for our fundraiser this month. After the live, you'll see it somewhere around here where you're able to donate, or you can just go to one of our last videos and you'll see the link there. Help us get to our goal, or share it with someone you know that can donate, so that we are able to get to our goal before the end of Pride Month. And speaking of Pride Month, don't forget to get your Pride merch at houseofkempire.com. All right, let's get to some more callers. We got Miss Esquire backstage. What's going on, Miss Esquire?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am good. I'm so sorry about yesterday.
That's okay.
Something is really going on with my StreamYard and my new phone. They just
Oh.
do not like each other. So I
Oh.
sound weird. I'm calling from my laptop. So sorry about that.
It's okay. You sound clear. I can hear
I
you.
know. So I have a couple of thoughts, and I do want to piggyback to Jersey because I didn't get to say something yesterday
Hmm.
that I wanted to say, which is I think the issue with Teresa and Melissa and Joe and them is that Teresa has always demanded obedience and not loyalty. She thinks what she's asking for is loyalty, but loyalty is a two-way street that kind of demands that you give it in return, and it also demands that there's like love and care and attention and mutual respect. But obedience is a one-way street, and I think that's what she's always wanted from Joey, and I think that's what she got from Joey, honestly, probably before Melissa came into the picture.
Hmm.
And so I think the problem with that is that she's never going to get obedience from them anymore. Like Joe is kind of like seeing that gets him nowhere with her.
Yep.
And loyalty is going to be difficult. I hope they do just get indifferent to each other. I know that's a sad thing to say about a family dynamic, but I'd rather see the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. I'd rather see them do that. On Vanderpump Rules, I will say I think that Rachel is really smart to be so quiet for so long and let all that speak for her is what she said on the reunion, because I have seen the media narrative change. People are becoming so sympathetic and empathetic to her, given how she was treated at that reunion. And the more that she stays quiet, and the more that there's a sense that she really is contrite and she's really working on herself, when she reemerges, like people, I think the problem with Ariana and them is that people love to lift you up until they can tear you down. And that's actually kind of starting to happen with them. Like they can't stay on that high horse forever. Like they cannot go into next season with that. And if they start filming now, I don't know how Ariana is going to make that pivot so quickly. And I don't know that it would be fair to expect her to.
Yeah.
Lala is the one that I think is going to be the first one to go across the bow to Rachel and give Rachel some sympathy, or at least be willing to share screen time with her. Because to the last caller's point, but in a different perspective, I do think Lala sees herself in Rachel. And I think that is what's going to draw her to Rachel. Also, Lala needs a storyline because she really can't talk about Randall. She can't show Ocean. She's not dating, and she said she's not going to be dating because she's traumatized by their relationship. So I think what would be interesting is if she is the one person in the group willing to actually offer Rachel a chance of redemption.
Mm.
Because otherwise, I don't know who Rachel would film with, because I don't think this relationship with Sandoval is going to last at all. I think she is about to air him out if she hasn't already. Whenever she's ready to do whatever expose interview she's going to do, which I think will be, I'm never going to say Mother Oprah would do this, but somebody who is high, Mother Oprah is just,
Oprah better not.
She is very much above this. She don't even know what a Vander or a pump is. But I will say, wouldn't it be interesting if she got like a prime time, very high interview to talk about this, and she comes across as very contrite, she comes across as very apologetic, and she does come across as somebody who was manipulated and abused by Sandoval, and that's her entryway into the new season. To me, I mean, maybe I'm playing PR manager here, but that's what I would be advising her to do. As far as OC is concerned, I can't really talk about that show because I live in that community. But what I can tell you,
I didn't know you lived over there.
I used to. Like when I lived in California, I lived in Orange County. And what I can tell you is all those people are out of their goddamn minds. All those women are out of their damn minds. Sorry for cursing. They are crazy. They are like nuts. And Tamra, I think the problem with Tamra is any housewife, when they're making a comeback, you cannot come back and be above the show. You cannot have it both ways. Like you either are going to come in and be a part of the show, or you're going to stay out like you've been doing and be above the show. You can't do it both ways. And I think that's my problem with Tamra, is she's coming in like she is above them. And I'm sorry, you are OG, but the show has obviously been able to last without you. So that's it. That's all I had to say. Good to see you. And I'll talk to you soon.
Take care, Miss Esquire.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, you know what I forgot to mention during my RHOC recap? Oh, woo, Taylor Armstrong. I mean, she didn't really offer much in this scene that she was. She's going to be a friend of this season. She's apparently wanting to be an actor. We already know she's going to have some beef with Heather Dubrow this season. We shall see. We shall see. She's very memeable, so we shall see. Reality TV, Erica, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Reality TV, Erica, or just Erica? You're muted, Erica.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem. What's going on?
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm okay. I just want to give a little bit of a Vanderpump overall analysis. So I stand 10 toes down for Lisa Vanderpump. I love her. I want to see her back on reality TV. It would be my ultimate is when I thought of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think of Lisa Vanderpump and Adrienne Maloof. That's who I see in my mind as Beverly Hills. So her segueing to her own show, I mean, it exemplifies what she actually does as a businesswoman. I actually met her years ago. So I went to SUR when it first opened, and I was in LA with my daughter and my husband for my daughter's dance competition. And my daughter at the time, she was probably 10 or 11. And we were going back to Toronto the next day. And they didn't want to let my daughter in the restaurant. They're like, she's really young to be in here. And I'm like, listen, we're going back to Toronto tomorrow. Here's my ID. I just want to eat here. So the hostess was giving me kind of a hard time. And Lisa was behind and she kind of heard this whole thing going on. And she's like, what's the problem, love? And I explained to her, and she's like, oh, no, don't be silly. She's going to come in. And we ate dinner with her, with my daughter. I will send you the pictures. Super nice. Wow. Super, super, super nice. So
was the food good?
Jax, Stassi, they were all in the restaurant that night. They all took pictures with my daughter. I have pictures with Ken and all of them. Very, very nice. And this is when Katie, I can't remember the girl. Katie was originally with Sandoval. So they were still together at that point, and they were both in the
Kristen, you mean Kristen?
Kristen. Yeah. So it's interesting to see the evolution. I kind of like how they've grown up, bought houses, adulted. However, I feel like the third part of the reunion, yes, I understand what Raquel did was disgusting, deplorable, and all of those things, but it felt very borderline bullying and abusive.
Yeah.
It was very difficult to watch it. Yes, I get it. Now I'm trying to put in context that this was 2 weeks after the whole thing happened, but still. So this Secrets Revealed kind of doesn't put really Ariana in the best light. Like what happened to her is horrible, and like women will rally again, will rally with her. But it was very bullying. So if I was handling Raquel's PR, I would be coming back and I would be showing myself this season, going to counseling and, really taking him this whole like inner peace, mental health, well-being situation and seeing myself go on this like personal wellness journey. And that would be my storyline.
Okay.
Because everybody loves a comeback story.
This is true. True.
That's I feel like that was my long rant, but I will definitely slide in my DMs with my pictures.
Erica, was the food good at SUR?
You know what? Okay, so like I live in Toronto, so like to me it was very where I actually had better food in my opinion, Villa Blanca.
Oh, okay. That's now closed.
Yeah, but it was kind of like, well, ironically when I was there, that's Kyle's store was right next door to Villa Blanca. Like that's where it was. Yeah, on the same street. Because I had it was my first time going to LA and I'm like, I have to see Rodeo. I have to see Rodeo. And literally I drove by Rodeo. I'm like, wait a minute, the street is done? Like we're like, this is the big thing. It was very underwhelming. And Robertson actually had better stores. And we enjoyed Villa Blanca, but SUR was very nice. It had typical restaurant food. I love Lisa Vanderpump, like everything, like her decor, like Villa Rosa and everything. So I actually really want to go to Vegas to see the restaurant in Paris, which segues me to my other thing, because I've talked to you now 3 times. So BravoCon, what are we doing? Are you going? Because every time I call in, I ask you the same question.
I will say this.
Okay.
I have at least reserved where I will be staying if I do go.
Okay.
Okay.
But most hotels can be canceled within 24 hours notice. So.
Well, I'm just protecting, so I at least have somewhere to stay. You know
Fair
what I mean?
enough. So you're just securing a rate.
Just saying.
Not necessarily securing a chair.
But look, we shall see. We still have some time before November, right?
Understood. Yeah, I really wanted to go last year. I actually thought I was going to be in New York. I made all these plans and I found it was Vegas, and I'm kind of like, So I remember when you had your After Dark, I asked you about it, and then I was like, and you're like, oh, I'm not sure. And then you went, and then I if you do it, you need to do a meetup.
Yeah, that's definitely something that we are all talking about.
At Lisa's restaurant. Just saying.
Okay. I think everyone will be meeting at Lisa's restaurant, so I don't know if we should do it there.
Fair enough. But thank you so much for speaking with me.
Of course. Thanks for calling in, Erica. We appreciate you, and for the story.
All right. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
You guys are amazing. I love you guys. You guys are so funny. All right. Live chat. We still have quite a few of you still watching our recap of the Real Housewives of Orange County and the special Secrets Revealed episode of Vanderpump Rules. So be sure to keep liking the video. Let's get to 500 likes. I'm going to take our final callers. I know she's called in before. Sasha? Hold on. Sasha? I pronounced it? Yes,
that's
look
right.
at me. Elephant brain's working. What are your thoughts on any of what we've talked about today?
Okay, so it's funny enough. So one of the 2 schools that was mentioned, I actually work for one of them. I'm not going to say which one. Specifically, I work close to the, we call it Residence Life Department. And it's, the way they're describing it, it's 100% accurate. Like what these kids have done over the past few years with, I've had calls about kids wanting to get like carpet installed, and they're fully aware that like they just have to remove it by the end of the year. Like these kids want their dorm rooms to look like perfection. But I mean, they're paying $80,000 in tuition. So I guess if your parents are paying that, I guess a little carpet isn't completely out of the way.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
And then in regards to Vanderpump, I don't know if it's just me, but I like James Kennedy just seems like crazy to me. Like the way he talks about women, especially when he's angry at them, I'm like, Allie, you better watch out. You better hope that you never make him mad, because the moment you do, he's going to be calling you the same names that he calls Rachel. And I feel like he's also not over her because all the clips, it was Rachel.
And
Like,
Allie's just sort of like this.
yeah, because it seems like, with Allie, she doesn't want to, I feel like she doesn't want to concern people, but I feel like in the back of her head, she has to be like, well, every 5 seconds, this man mentions this woman's name. Like, he's clearly not over her.
Agreed. I'm just saying. All right. Anything else, Sasha, before I let you go?
Nope, that was it.
Thank you so much. And thank you for that tea on the whole school situation. Okay. Take care. I love that. Our audience is just so diverse and we get all the tea. And look, we were more concerned about the dorm situation than this episode. Guys, let me know, replay crew, later on crew, be sure to let us know your thoughts on the second episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Hopefully it will pick up. I'm glad we at least had additional stuff to talk about in regards to Vanderpump Rules. I appreciate you all being here. Shout out to our Kings Guards. We could not do this without them. We're almost at 500 likes. Keep liking the video. We're going to get out of here with some music. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sends in a super chat. We appreciate your support. You can also support by getting some merch. You can also support by supporting our fundraiser for the Trevor Project this month after the live. Links will be available here, or go to our last video and a link is available there. Let's get to over $2,500 for the Trevor Project, an amazing organization that has been supporting the LGBTQIA+ community for decades. Thank you all for being here. Have a great rest of your evening. All right. Bye, y'all.